I felt like we've met before. I was like, hold on. I know that we were on social talking a whole lot, you know, communicating. 'Cause I always vibe what you're doing, man. I love it. You know, you're always bringing out some great information and stuff that people need to hear and see. And then you show love to so many good people out there too. But I felt like I've known you for a lot longer, and it feels like I've seen you more than once. But I think you're right. That was the only time, and then this is our second time. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be in front of a camera with you with some microphones, bro. Let's have some fun.
Yes, sir. So I want to ask I have no idea what you do. I know.
It's good.
So this is the. I remember Will Smith in what was it? What's that movie? He's Hitch.
Oh,
so he goes. He answers like, "So what do you do?" I'm a consultant. That's okay. Nobody knows what it is. That's why I get to charge so much. So
bingo. How'd you know that's my exact tagline? No, I'm glad you asked. Well, I'm Fred Lennartz. I'm with the Certified Solutionaries and Car Guy Coffee podcast. You know, there's two different levels of what we do, but most importantly, we try to help people reach the next level, whether it's through our media or whether it's through us coming in your store, training, being on a virtual call, talking to your team to get them excited, giving them some different processes and stuff. But we're consultants.
Awesome.
And that's why we're able to charge whatever we want to charge. But that's not the truth. You know, the fact of the matter is what we do is we provide dealership development. So Lou and I, my business partner, one of my best friends, if not my best friend, he's a brother to me. You know, we are blessed to be able to go inside stores and really sit down and not necessarily have an agenda. The only agenda we really have is what is really happening here and how can we help you? And whether it's me coming in with training or me getting with another company that can come in and provide a solution for them, I'm going to do that for them. And I'm going to make sure that they get that. So we work really hard on developing a store to the next level. So whatever that level is, whether it's more social media engagement, more car deals, more F&I products being sold, whatever it is, more service being sold. We do all that now. So
I love that you brought up service. Home alma mater. What is something that you've learned already? Now we're only 5 hours into the day. We're day one. Is there something you've learned about service while you've been here already in 5 hours?
Wow, that's a great question. You know, and I'll be honest, not a whole lot yet. I've only sat in a couple things and none of them have been about service. But yeah, I mean, but what I can tell you is everything is about service, right? You know, it all bleeds together, the way that we do our process, the way that we interact with people when we use that word service. Now, when you say service, you mean service department, right?
Correct.
So when we're talking about fixed ops and all that type of stuff, what I've learned here is that people in this area that are here, there's a lot of people here wanting to get better in that department, whether it's through being able to provide better service with their techs or whether it's better communication with the customers to be able to come in for appointments. I think that there's all that technology, all that ability within multiple companies here. You know, when you got a company like Active Engage, who's right in front of us, they are magical when it comes to having interaction with customers to be able to bring them in. And in service, they do a really good job. And there's a few other companies I could throw some love at that do that.
You know, Vesperio is here for training, and the training platform has a really great platform to help service, help them level up anybody that's in the store. Who else is here? Ed Roberts was on that panel earlier, and they were talking about innovation, and it's his core tenet. Innovation is the core tenet that he uses across the entirety of the store, which is massive. But to understand that there are individuals out there, both from service leadership, dealership leadership, or even vendor leadership, that are trying to push the envelope of service. And I think that's been the buzzword of the last 5 hours is innovation.
Innovation.
How do we push that forward?
I love that you said that. Shout out to Ed. I get to work with the Beaux-Arts team. Actually, we're actually their dealership development team. Lou and I, we've been working with them for about 3 months. They're breaking records. I love them, and they have a great team, and it all starts with leadership. Ed Roberts is a mastermind when it comes to fixed ops. I mean, one of the best out there. If you actually walk into their stores, you'll see a different level of service there. Just their bays alone, the way they treat their techs, the way that they give them encouragement, but also education to be able to keep growing inside their fields. They have people that have been there for decades that are servicing vehicles. So can you imagine the community, that's who they come see, right? You know, but when it comes to innovation, that is their core value. They actually have multiple core values, right? But their core values are acronym, INSPIRE. And I love that. And it starts with innovation. And it does. And everybody in the store has the right to be innovative. They want them to come in with ideas and thoughts. They don't care if you're just a not a service tech, but somebody who's wash person, right? You know, in the wash bay. Even if you're there, but you have a good idea, they want to hear it. Because it's about innovation. They actually encourage them to grow inside the dealerships and become something more. And they've raised some really phenomenal people not just in sales. I get to work with sales, but I also work with their service department. We work with their sales team in the service department, because there is a sales team in the service department, folks, and they are. And you got to be able to communicate. Your service writers, if they're not good people persons, you're missing a boat here. You're missing opportunity to keep people inside your service departments more, but also more importantly, for them to keep coming back for more and more and make it feel exclusive. So I think it's really amazing what Ed Roberts is talking about. Innovation is the key, and I love that you brought that up.
It's also interesting because it was interesting to lead from Claude Silver, who was talking about innovation and culture, and how culture, a quality culture, and how you push things forward is like a superpower of the business. Right? Understanding that, I love how she flipped soft skills. I don't want to call it soft skills anymore. I love how she phrased it. It's power skills, because those are really the things that drive our teams forward. They curate the culture of the business. Those power skills do. If the entire team has power skills at the next level, imagine what was going to go down and trickle down into your customer base. Just imagine if everybody thinks, okay, this isn't a soft skill, this is a power skill.
I love that.
And we're thinking about that from an innovation standpoint. That's an innovation, just to think about it. It's a different mindset, a way of thinking about the things that matter the most that we don't talk about enough.
Right.
Right?
I agree with you on that so much.
So you take that to the next step, one step further. The reason why I have a podcast, the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing is because I found a statistic by the CDC in 2016 that has mechanics in the top 3 professions that commit suicide. So when you're talking about mindset and shifting from soft skills into power skills, changing mindsets from negative to positive, pushing that forward as the innovation, that is just, and we're getting that here.
I love that.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that too. And I love what you just said there. I love your passion behind it. And thank God for your podcast, right? We need more stuff like this out here. I'm so thankful that we're doing this right now. You know, but what's going on? Yes, you're right. It's about that change inside how we treat people. I think we need to highlight them more. I think service department, we need to be inside there and really putting them on social, because we do. Many of you stores know that you wouldn't be open if it wasn't for your your fixed ops department, because fixed ops put you through some of the hard times, and they still does. Matter of fact, some of your stores, if you're doing it right, it should be over 50% of your profit, and I love that. That's a great opportunity. We should be showing that off. We should be showing off our techs, our service writers. We should allow them to become more social. We're not putting that on them. And why? Because we consider that soft stuff. It's not. They're all doing some amazing things. They're powerful. They are some of the most powerful people in the store for customer retention. Huge. But when you're selling cars, if you're not bringing them into your service department, you're not going to retain your customers. They're going to go other places, because they're going to go do service other places. They're going to meet new people, and they're going to have good conversations, and they're going to just do business there instead of staying where they originally bought, coming back, seeing the same salesperson that they've been dealing with the whole time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a two-way street. So the better your service department is, the better your sales department's going to be. Period.
Agreed. 100%. And on that note, so that we can give these people something that I try to do every single time. What's your one piece of advice for a technician to be happier, healthier, more productive tomorrow?
And it's the same advice I give to anybody, whether you're no matter what you do. This is just a happier, better life, is to wake up every day and don't touch the phone. This is actually a good Glenn Lundy, and that's a good friend of mine. Glenn Lundy I read his book, The Morning Five, and this is one piece that I took away, was think about gratitude first. Don't look at your phone at all the bad news that's going on, at all the appointments that you're about to miss or have that day, all the agenda that you have to get done to make sure that you have a successful day. Don't think about that. Think about the things that matter to you first off, and to have that positive mindset, so when you go into anything in life, you walk into it with a light instead of with darkness. And when you go into anything with light, everything tends to be better. Your job seems a lot brighter, and everyone around you seems to perk up. And if I was to add on to that, I would just say, smile. Smile. It's the most important thing we wear every day.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Brother, maybe, there we go. Nice. That's it. I wish I could do that. I'd drop the coffee faster than you could shake a stick, man.
I got these kind of big mitts, so like they're long. I could grab like basketballs and palms and stuff. So it's like I can grab I could probably hold 5 cups in my hand right now if I wanted to.
Agreed. And on that note, negative pushes, positive pulls, and always clean your toys before you put them away.
Amen to that, dude. That's good talk.